Today is our 5th week as the Rising Queen during our Crown Hour. I thank those who participated last week with Madame Bena, we were looking at a resilient and purposeful woman. And I believe with the feedback that we got, everyone learned something and it was very, very good. So we had a very good feedback, and one of the key lessons that I learned is that there are some characters that a woman need to have. And also one important thing is that no matter what happens, we should always let go. We should always let go of things that have happened so that we are fully recover from the past, and we are ready to face the future. But also a resilient woman is a woman who is adaptable. So there are so many other qualities and characters that describes a resilient woman. So from that topic, today we are going to learn something very simple. We are just going to discuss, not learning, because I'm sure everyone at least knows what we are going to discuss about. So our topic for today is grace in the storm. Rising with emotional intelligence. As the rising queens, like we know, all of us are still very young women. We have a lot of we have a lot to do in the future. The future can't wait for us, and there are so many things that are going to happen in our lives, and we can't run away from them. So when we talk about grace in the storm, it means however hard life becomes, you have to move. You don't have to remain in one place. You have to progress. You have to move. Like, things need to be moving even when you're in a difficult situation. So we need to rise. And also, one thing that will help us rise is when you are emotionally intelligent. We know how to control ourselves. We know what to say. We know what to do at the right time. So number one thing that we are going to look at under this topic is understanding emotional resilience. What is emotional resilience? Like, we already know emotions is something to do with your feelings, and then resilience is you being able to do something over and over again, no matter how hard it has affected you. So you don't give up. So it means now what emotional resilience combined, it means bouncing back from difficult times without giving up. It's the strength to keep moving forward even things feel heavy. So for us, most times when things become so heavy on us, we really feel like giving up. You reach a point where you say, why am I even struggling? Why is it only me who is supposed to be going through all this? And then you find that no, you're not the only one. There are many people who are out there and things are really not fine for them. So have they given up? What would have happened if they have given up? So we need to understand that what we mean by emotional resilience is being able to bounce back many times without giving up. But also, as women, we face different kinds of storms of life. We go through different types of difficult times in our lives, and some of them know and understand them. That's why men have a saying that you cannot understand a woman, because there are so many things that are happening in our lives, in our bodies, and no one is ready to understand us. One, stressed. Like, let me take for an example. You wake up in the morning, you have to shower, you have to make sure your house is okay, you have to go for work, you come back and then there's nothing at home, you need to start cooking, and there are also other people who are demanding you to pay attention to them. You have your parents, you have maybe your partners or anyone else that want also your attention, and you're already very tired. So you feel so stressed about things that you're supposed to do every day that is expected of you. So there are so many roles and responsibilities that you have to play, and amid all that, you find that you get stressed, and certain things you don't do them according to the expectations. And then another one is also heartbreak. Like, as we, everyone, both women and men, we go through this. Like, you find that someone has disappointed you, has heartbroken you, and you feel so bad about it. So, in this situation, like, how do you handle that? How do you handle that? But also financial struggles. We have people that you don't have airtime, you don't have money for pads, you don't have shoes, you don't have clothes, and things are not really happening in your life so well. There is no rent, they're about to chase you in that house. You can't even see 10,000 or 2,000 in your pocket, in your home, and things are not okay. No one is believing you. And the worst thing for me, I think no one believes that sometimes you go broke, yet many times you're broke, just because most times you don't want to, show that, okay, like, you don't have anything. So people will not understand you, whether you have or you don't have. They will still expect you to contribute something into, like, you do things the way you used to do them even when you had money. So that also bring a lot of stress, because you can't now meet your needs, you can't even do your daily things in peace. And then rejection, it is very painful to be rejected. Some of us have painful stories. When you were young, maybe your parents rejected you and no one wants you. At your home, you don't feel like you belong there. Even among your friends, you don't feel like you belong there. Like, you see that some of the friends, they come from rich family, you're from a poor family, and then they just make you feel like you're out of place. You feel rejected, you feel like that's not where you belong. So it also gives us a lot of stress. It is one of the storms of life that we really struggle with. But also loss of someone that we love so much. Let me say parents or your friends. I have a friend that I lost, I think, in 2019 or 20, around there. But since then, I have not moved on. Like, every time I think about, someone is talking about a friend, I think about her. So I don't know, I've never mourned someone so badly like that. I mourned her, I think about her every day. Sometimes I find myself praying for her. I don't know what to do. But yeah, it is always important that we also wish people who have died, like, well, we move on. But sometimes it's very hard to move on when you have lost someone that you really love so much. But now, the worst thing that you can also go through as a woman is being misunderstood. Not even a woman alone, even men, everyone feels so bad when they are being misunderstood. When people are not understanding you, for you want them to understand you, but no one is there to understand you. So you try to explain yourself, no one is understanding. And then if someone has said something about you, and then for you, you have to defend it. Like, why are they misunderstanding me? Why did the other person think, why did they think of me like that? I am not that person. So, and you cannot be explaining yourself to everyone. These things stress us a lot, and they are type of the challenges that we go through. But also in their relationships, sometimes we go through a lot, because you find that the person that you love is also having this weakness. The person that you don't love is the one loving you. Like, ah, how do you handle that? So those are some of the daily stress that we have, and they are part of us. They are not going to run away. These things are going to stay. We are not going to have peace of mind like 100%, because that was not promised. Being born is one thing that you have to struggle. You have to live on this earth to survive. So we will have the peace of mind, we will have all the kind of things that we need in our lives, but we will not run away from troubles. They will always be part of us. So how do we overcome them? How do we build ourselves to be able to overcome such difficulties in our lives? That takes us to what you are going to look at, and it's called building inner strength. Because sometimes physically you're already worn out, you're already tired. I think I reached a point at some point where I felt like I am not productive, like, I'm not making sense to anybody, you know, like, I am not myself. Like, why can't people just understand me, that I was worn out already? Like, there is even I feel tired talking about even that problem because I'm already tired. So physically you may be tired, you may be worn out, but then we have to build in the inner strength that should keep us moving even when physically you're already worn out. So how we can find the strength, one is by practicing self-love. You need to love yourself before anyone else, not even but I know our mothers, our parents really love us, but the most important thing is to love yourself, because other people will love you, but then if you don't love yourself, you're going to disappoint them and they will stop loving you. Because if you don't love yourself, you're going to misuse your body, you're going to misuse yourself, and then you will no longer become loving to other people. So when you love yourself, you also attract other people to love you. And then the second thing is also believing in your worth, believing that you're capable. Eh? Even when you feel like your strength has been undermined, like people have despised you, how you cannot do that, what, sometimes people see that you're doing something very well, and then from nowhere they are the very people who even saw that you're doing something well, they appreciated you, and then from nowhere they're going to come and start decampaigning you, like talking against you, what. So you need to believe in your worth. You have to know that whatever happens, even when these people are saying this, even when the world doesn't believe in me, I believe in myself. I am worthy of this. I can do this. Like even the Bible say that I can do all things through Christ who strengthen me. So have something that keeps you going. So you have to make sure that you comfort yourself, you become your own counselor. It is all the things that you're going through. You have to know that they're not going to stay there with you until you die. Time will come when they will pass away. But also let us learn how to read the Bible. Let God be close to us. Okay, we have people, some people are not Christians, but then I know you still pray and you read Quran and other things. God is still going to talk to you. Allah is still going to listen to you. So sometimes when you have nothing to say, you just say anything that your heart wants to say. You'll find that you have that peace of mind. You feel relieved. I think there was a time I was so stressed, I was so sick, and I don't know, I just, I love singing. So I just started singing my hymns. I sang, I sang, I sang. I found myself getting better. Like I was very sick. I even had a very big wound in my leg because I had an accident. But then I just found that after singing, after what, I did not even pray, like saying God this and that. I just praised God. I just sang. And then from nowhere I found like I was okay. I was not sick, but I had a wound. I could not walk properly, but that day I walked. I remember I called one of my friends and I told her I am healed. I am healed, and she was like, Anna, okay, you're healed, yes. But are you not, do you still have the wound? I was like, yes, I have the wound. But I feel like I've been relieved. Like I have been healed. I don't feel any pain. So like that's how sometimes we get over the stress that we have, and it is good that God can give you that peace of mind. So sometimes even when people fail you, even when things are not moving on in your life, even the people that you trusted the most, they are turning against you, just know that God will never leave you. God will never and never leave you. Even when you feel like you have sinned and sinned and sinned, God is no longer near you. God is always near you. He's always there for you. He's omnipresent. So wherever you go, wherever you be, in whatever you're doing, He will always be there for you. So we just need to be grateful and thank God for that, so that we find the inner strength that we need. Now, on the power of mindset, we all know that our minds control our actions. Like whatever we do, we have thought about it in our mind, in our heads, like we have given it a thought, even when you don't think twice, okay? But at least you have thought about it once. So what do you consume? What do you consume in your brain? Your thoughts shape your life. When you think positively, you stay positive. When you think hopefully, you also stay with a lot of hope. When you choose to grow through every challenge, you will grow. But also when you decide to die in every challenge, like you feel like you're fallen, you can't move on, that thing is just all over you, then you'll also give up easily. So it's our mindset. We need to train our minds to be strong even when things are not moving on well. Not like I said earlier, God did not promise us an easy task, like to live in this earth. Like it's not going to be so easy. Like we also know that there is a song people sing, it's not an easy road to go to heaven. It is also not an easy place. Like it's not also very easy to stay on earth. So we are not going to run away from problems. They will always be there, they will always be part of us. But how are we going to be adaptive? How are we going to adapt to the problems that we are facing? So our minds, we need to train our minds to stay positive, to think hope, to be hopeful. And also we should always choose to grow amidst all the challenges that we are facing in this life. And then one key thing that we should not miss, in our as we go through these storms of life, one thing that should not miss is we need to have a very good support system. When I talk about support system, it's like amidst all the things that you're going through, you don't need to move alone. Have someone. I don't want to use the word have people in your life. I want to use the word have someone, because I know people can fail you, but someone is there, someone who trusts you, that no matter what, they will always be there for you. I actually always believe that someone cannot have more than 5 friends. You cannot have more than 5 friends. Actually, people who are successful in this world, they have like 1 2 maximum of 3 friends. So if you still think that the more number of people you talk to about your issues, the better they will help you, my dear, that is a lie. People are there, they have their issues, and the more you take your issues to them, some of them get tired. But then for me, if someone has trusted me with anything, I always find my way to help the person. But not everyone is going to do like that. So have someone in your life that you trust so much that no matter what happens, they will always be there for you. And they will create a very strong system to help you in your life. You will not walk alone in this journey. You need someone. Actually, for me, I always advise young girls and even boys to have mentors, at least 2 to 3 mentors in your life, depending on which career, depending on what reasons you want them to guide you on, so that they are always there for you when you need them. Surround yourself with people who have lifted you, people who support you, people who remind you of your strength. So there are some people who are going to be there for you, but they are not going to be the ones lifting you up. Delete people who are not making sense in your life, then you will see your life moving on. By the way, sometimes we feel like the more people we have around us, the more we have connected ourselves socially. You can have 1,000 people around you when no one is there for you, but then someone has just like 2 3 people or 5, and for them they can help you. Like they are always there for you. They cannot leave you alone. If God is lifting them up, they move with you. If something is happening, they connect you to opportunities. Like they need to know what's happening in your life. So those are the people that we have. We don't need to have very many friends, very many people who are not making sense in our lives. Why are you spending a lot of time with people that are not going to add any value into your life? So as young people, we have to make sure that we have meaningful friends, meaningful connections, and people who are not going to be envy against our success. People who are going to lift us, people who are going to support us, and people who are going to always remind you, like, you're supposed to do this. Did you do it? You said you are going to write that application letter for the job. Did you write it? Let me help you out to write your CV, your resume letter, what, everything. Like, people know how to help you. But then there are those who will be like, why are you wasting a lot of time on this work? Let's go out. Let me first judge you. Like, they want to sit you down, then you be gossiping. Oh, you don't, you find that in the whole day there is nothing that you've learned. So it is very important for us to actually be getting skills. We need to get skills that keep us busy. In this year that we have started, how many skills have you learned so far? Like, from January up to June, what are those things that you didn't know and you wanted to know them, and you've already known them, like, you put some effort in knowing them? You may find that up to the end of the year, there is nothing, there's no value that you've added to yourself, which is very bad. So as young women, we need to make sure that we live a meaningful life, we live a purposeful life. And I always like using the word intentional. We need to be intentional with what we do, with the people we connect with, but also we need to be intentional about improving our own lives. No one is going to be there for you like a watchman, reminding you, telling you, do this, don't go there. No, no, no. You need to first be your owner's courage so that you can easily protect your life. And then, thank you, Joanne. So I think today I wanted us to also learn from Queen Esther in the book, in the Bible, especially that scripture of Esther 4:14 that says, and who knows that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. So this question simply means sometimes we go through what we go through to find our purpose. Okay, we go through these things to find our purpose. Esther did not know her purpose. She just thought she was an orphan. She was just some girl, any other girl, without any purpose. So until that time when she was needed the most to help her people of Israel, that's when the uncles asked her that, do you know that God maybe is trying to use this time, to help you, for you to help your people. So, like, sometimes these things happen in our lives so that we can find our real purpose, why we exist, what are we supposed to do. So in life storms will come, disappointment will come, rejection will come, betrayal, fear, loss. But just like Esther, we are supposed to be reminded that purpose often reveals itself in the midst of trials. We always get to know our importance when there is a problem. I want to give a scenario that, let me assume everyone in Pakwach was educated, like every woman was educated. So you find that you may not even know your purpose, because there is no reason why you should come and start educating people. People are already educated. So maybe you're educated in the community, you're the only one who has finished senior 6, you're the only one who has reached university. There is a reason why it is only you. But also there is a reason why it is you who is going through that difficult times. Maybe you've lost your parents, you're also sick, you're taking care of your siblings, and you have to deal with daily stress. Maybe there is a reason why you have to go through that. There is probably a reason. So we use this time that we go through a lot to find our real purpose. So we are not supposed to underlook ourselves and over question ourselves, but rather to use this opportunity to know why we exist. So also, from the story of Esther's tale, she did not allow fear to cripple her. She embraced stillness, sought wisdom, leaned on her faith, and rose with quiet strength. Her emotional resilience was not loud. It was rooted in prayer, patience, and purpose. Sometimes you don't need to make noise, okay? but then you do a lot of things that people see underground. You don't even announce to people that I am this and this, but from nowhere people get to know you. But who is that one? Who is that girl? Who is that boy? Like, where does he come from? For me, I think there are so many people who have been asking me, who is your father? Okay, who is your father? And I tell them, even if I tell you who my father is, you will not know him, because he's not as famous as you people think he should have been. Okay, so people think good things should only come from some famous family, some rich families. And for you whom you know that even if you mention your parents' name, no one knows them, why should they know me because of where I come from? They should know me because of the strength that I possess. So I tell them, you don't know my father. Even if I tell you, you will not know him. So I don't want to over explain myself. If you believe in me, you believe in me. I come from this place, I come from there. What? I don't know your father. I said, yes. I told you, you don't know him. Because now we don't have to make a lot of noise. You have over explaining ourselves. We need to work underground, but with a purpose, with serious thing, that we know that this thing has to work out. So Esther did not shout, she did not make noise, she was rooted in prayers, patience, and she had a purpose. And the purpose was to ensure that she reaches the king, so that she can talk on behalf of her people. She was the voice for the people of Israel. Now for you, are you a voice of any vulnerable person? Are you standing out? Are you standing out? Are you standing up for someone that you know that is supposed to be treated in some way, but she's not receiving that treatment, or you're being an obstruction? So let us stand up for those who can stand up for themselves. Let us be there for each other. And also, today, you may be walking through your own storms of life, but remember, you were created for such a time as that. Just like Esther, you stay calm in the chaos, in the storms, your strength in silence, and your unwavering hope are a crown of resilience. So, all in all, what I am trying to say is that being resilient, it is not as easy as we may read, because even reading the word resilience is sometimes not easy. So it is a very hard thing. It requires a lot of efforts. You will reach a point where people will not understand you. You will reach a point where you'll have very many people disagreeing with you. But then you have to stand strong. You have to stand strong no matter what happens. At the end of the day, we will be grateful. We will thank God for your life. We will celebrate together. So I want to thank all of us, because I'm sure each one of us has a story to tell, and we just pray that God guide us through these times. So thank you so much. I think this is where we are ending.